Hello, welcome to Julie Loses. I'm Julie. Thanks for tuning in for another installment of my video diary. It's Thursday, February 6th, and I am just up out of bed and eating breakfast. What is breakfast this morning? Well, it is the ubiquitous glass of Harney and Sons hot cinnamon spice tea. It is caffeinated, which is a requirement today. I'm also having another regular item, my Activia Greek strawberry patch yogurt. It's a good source of good bacteria, and it's super yummy as well. Kind of carb heavy, but I make it fit. And lastly, I'm trying some turkey bacon that I picked up from Trader Joe's yesterday. I'll just talk briefly about Trader Joe's. I have a pretty much a tepid warmth / hate relationship with Trader Joe's. Back in the day, it was neat. It's where you could get healthy kind of foods that you couldn't get at other grocery stores, and it was really neat to go in and find all kinds of new things that weren't your average fare. Nowadays, I don't know. I feel like I can find stuff that's just as good as my local Safeway, and the Trader Joe's doesn't seem big enough, and it always seems super crowded, and the people who work at the Trader Joe's in my area aren't particularly nice, I guess. I don't know. I get a bad vibe about the one here in town, and whenever I'm there, I feel a little overwhelmed and rushed, and like I just want to get out of there. So yesterday, I went in specifically to find some of their turkey jerky, which my nutritionist recommended as being a good, quick source of protein for snacking on the go, which is something I've struggled with. So I picked up a couple packages of those. I also picked up some of the turkey bacon, and then some eggs, I think. I was also looking for egg whites, but they were all out. So yeah, it wasn't the most successful trip, but I'm glad to have gotten the turkey jerky and the turkey bacon. Turkey bacon, I have had one slice so far. This is my second slice. I'm going to talk while my mouth is full, which I apologize for, but time is limited. I'll try not to open my mouth too wide. I think it's good. It's been a long time since I've had bacon. It's got a little bit of a chewy consistency. It's not as crispy. I think maybe I could have burned it a little longer, and maybe I would be able to get it to that consistency. But it's peppery. It's warm. It's spicy. It's got that bacony flavor. It's perfectly good. I've had some bad turkey bacon, and this is not bad. I would have this again. I think I was put off because I read a review. I was looking up the nutritional information to enter into my tracker, and the first thing that popped up was this review of the TJ's turkey bacon, and it was less than favorable. But I'm no bacon connoisseur by any stretch of the imagination, but this is perfectly palatable to me, and it's a good source of protein. Not a whole lot of fat. It's got a little bit of, it's a little sodium heavy, but I can make that work as well. So this morning, that's my breakfast. It's a little light on fat. Maybe I would add a couple nuts to it, to maybe a mid-morning snack of a couple nuts to keep my fats balanced. Otherwise, it's all good. Let's see. So this week I had another weigh-in on Tuesday. I had only lost 0.4 pounds, and I say only just because that's habit, but I wasn't overly concerned about the low loss. this week I had a really challenging weekend, and with some family stuff going on, and it left me in a funk, but I was really happy that through it I found myself persevering with things like eating the right way. And I remember specifically on Sunday, I hadn't done anything on Saturday to work out, and I knew I wanted to get one workout in because Friday and Saturday had been kind of slug days for me. And so Sunday I really wanted to go to the gym. There was the big Super Bowl, which here in the Seattle area was all the talk. And so I just wanted to get my day going right. I ended up, I got out later than I wanted to, but I did go to the gym. It was a complete ghost town because, and the streets of Seattle, the streets of the area, just to get to the gym were completely empty. It's like, you know, everyone went to their Super Bowl parties or their own homes, and it was a great time to be out on the streets because I could just, there was no traffic. Got to the gym, did 45 minutes straight on the AMT with no breaks, which is a new personal record for me. I did, you know, something about these down feelings or this challenged feeling really made me want to excel at something, and if it's excelling at my workout, then I'll take it. I stopped off for some frozen yogurt on the way back, just as a little bit of a treat to myself, and then I went home and sort of, you know, lazed out during the rest of the Super Bowl, had a good time. By the time the game was over, it was time for dinner. It was a little past time for dinner, and I was not feeling making anything. I was just, you know, the game was fun, but I was still stressed out, and I was tired from my workout, and I didn't really want to do anything, but somehow, the new Julie, I got up, I cleaned off the grill, and I made some grilled chicken and some beans and some, you know, I took some frozen peppers and I whipped up a little, like, burrito bowl, and I was so proud of myself. I was so sure that I was going to laze out and eat something, and thoughts occurred to me like, oh, it'd be so easy to order a pizza right now. You know, it's the perfect day. Everyone's ordering pizza. It's Super Bowl Sunday. But I got up and I made food, and I spent the 45 minutes or whatever making it, and I felt really proud of myself. So that combined with my weigh-in, it kind of cancels out any negative feeling I may have had about only having a 0.4 pound loss. I'm finding the pride in my behaviors and my day-to-day activities that make me know that while I may be kind of stagnating right now in my weight loss, I feel fully committed. I'm not wanting to go out and eat anything crazy. I'm finding the time to do my fitness activities, and so I think that is a life-changing thing, and it hasn't really fully set in at this point. There are still some negative thoughts bounding about how I feel like just a lazy person, a slug, you do nothing. And there's a lot of language that comes from, parental involvement. I got a lot of negative talk when I was growing up about how, lazy we all were. And so that kind of goes in and out of my head all the time, but it's starting to sink in that I've affected this change, and it can stick. It's totally doable. It's not something that's beyond my capabilities, and that feels pretty good. Something else that felt pretty good was on Monday, my original trainer, who I spent the first several months of my 2020 Lifestyles program with, is back. She had some visa hiccups. She's from Australia, but she had some visa hiccups that made her leave the country for a couple weeks. and I was working with another trainer during the interim, but last week found out that she had been reapproved for a couple years and was coming back, and she was back on Monday, and even though I was having some family drama going on, I was so buoyed by, or buoyed, I don't know what the proper pronunciation is. I read it, but I don't know how to say it. I was so lifted by her being back, and the familiar face, and we played basketball, and it was fun, and we chatted a bit, and then yesterday we had our second meeting of the week, and she put me on the stepmill. So I've done a lot of the machines at the gym by this point on the cardio level. I've done rowing, I've done the treadmill, the elliptical, the AMT, the upright bike, the recumbent bike. But the stepmill was a machine that was at the back that all the Uber people were doing. That was not what I was going to be doing. It just seemed like one of those impossible machines. And my trainer used to joke about it, saying she would put me on it, but not really. And so she said, you know what, I think we're going to try it on Wednesday. And we did. And wow, that thing kicked my butt, like, so hard. It was, let's see, she put me on level 6. I don't know how many, there could have been like 100 levels, and I'm on level 6 of 100. I have no idea, but she put me on level 6, had me taking steps. It was killing me from the get-go. My heart rate got up into the 150s within the first, I think, 45 seconds, and I made it 3 minutes. And then before she said, okay, we're going to take a break and do a lap, and then come back and do some more. And so I was like, okay, my lungs, my right lung was burning, and that's my dog rolling around on the floor making gremlin noises behind me. But it was hurting so much, and it was such hard work. And so we let me recover a little bit with this walk around the gym, got back on it, did another 3 minutes. She said, you're going to do 10 minutes total, so you can do it however you like. So I did 3 more minutes, which nearly killed me. Took 2 laps around. Then did another 2 minutes. I was doing it, I was like, I can only make it 2 minutes. And then finally did my last 2 minutes. And somebody else had come and approached her to talk to her while these last 2 minutes were engaged. And we were ticking up towards the end of my 2 minutes, and she was engaged with this person, and all I was thinking is, I hate this person, they need to go away. If she misses turning it off at the 10-minute mark because this other person is talking to her, I'm just going to be so upset. And I think she could feel that vibe, and she, kind of looked over, and I think a few seconds had ticked past, and she kind of lunged to go and turn it off because I was in such a state. So it was my first day on the step mill. It kicked my butt. I was coughing afterwards. I had lung pain. It has been so long since a machine has made my chest hurt at all. And so it the last few weeks has been difficult with cardio machines because it takes me so long to get up into a good heartbeat range, and knowing that there's this machine in there that can magically send it up in sky high so quickly makes me know that I have more room to grow. I definitely have more fitness to achieve. I mean, it's obvious, but it becomes, as you become more fit, it becomes harder, but knowing that there's this machine that can easily do it makes things a little more palatable on that front. So if I'm feeling like really strong someday, all I need to do is get on the step mill for 3 minutes and then use it as like an interval training, and it'll be super effective, I'm sure. So that's about it for today. It's going to be kind of short. yeah, I'm persevering. I'm managing to stay on plan, you know, to stick and adhere to my desires for food and stuff. And today my goal is to get dressed, take a shower, not in that order, but go to the gym. You know, go to the grocery store. I'd love to go to the gym and get a workout in. I think if I can do that, I'm going to feel really good about the day. It's really cold outside. It was like 22 degrees when I looked out last, so got to bundle up and just keep plugging away. I'm doing some calorie cycling this week just to see if that spurs on any additional like jump start on the weight loss thing. While I'm okay with having sort of less than pound losses these last 2 weeks, I'm kind of eager to get the ball rolling because my time on this program at least is finite, and I would love to make the most of it while I have it. I'm not going to do anything crazy or undereat or work out like a crazy person, but I am interested to see what kind of activities I can do in terms of my nutrition and my fitness to kind of jump start the weight loss of something more in the range of 1.5 to 2 pounds a week is what I would really like. So, yeah, hang in there. So I'll check in again. Hopefully I'll be in a better state of mind overall. But until next time, take care.